Good morning students. Today we have a video demonstration on the abdominal aorta and its branches. Abdominal aorta is the continuation of the descending aorta below the level of diaphragm. Now you can see that this is thorax, this is esophagus and this is descending aorta. Descending aorta, when it pierces the diaphragm, this is diaphragm. When it pierces the diaphragm at the level of T12, it continues as abdominal aorta. So abdominal aorta is a midline structure in this opening. This is called as aortic opening. So the abdominal aorta is a midline structure in the aortic opening in the diaphragm, opposite to lower border of T12. You know that the diaphragm has posterior attachment at the T12. So this is the lower border of T12 vertebrae. From the T12 till the L4 vertebrae, this is the level of L4. The aorta is called abdominal aorta, and after that it divides into two branches. One is right common iliac, one is left common iliac. So it divides into two common iliac branches. Abdominal aorta is a midline structure piercing the diaphragm at the aortic opening at the level of T12, continues downwards as abdominal aorta. At the level of L4 divides into two common iliac branches. Now it has many branches in the abdomen. It has ventral branches which are three in number. The artery of foregut is called as celiac trunk. This is the celiac trunk. This artery is celiac trunk. This artery is superior mesenteric artery. This artery is superior mesenteric artery, and you can see this third artery. This is the inferior mesenteric artery. So we have three arteries anteriorly. One is celiac trunk, second one is superior mesenteric artery, third is inferior mesenteric artery. Posteriorly we have vertebrae. It has lumbar vertebrae, so it will give the four pairs of lumbar arteries and a median sacral artery. We can appreciate the median sacral artery here. So these are the posterior branches. Posterior branches are four pairs of lumbar vertebrae, lumbar branches, and one is median sacral artery. Now coming on to the lateral branches. Lateral branches, we can see this artery is going towards the diaphragm. So this is called as inferior phrenic arteries. Then it gives renal arteries. You can see the arteries originating from the aorta going towards kidney. These are renal arteries on the left side and one renal artery on the right side. Then we have gonadal arteries. These are gonadal arteries. In case of males we have testicular artery, and in case of females we have ovarian artery. So these are the branches of the abdominal aorta. Now discussing the anterior branches. This is celiac trunk. This is the artery of foregut. This artery supplies all the structures of foregut. What is the origin of this artery? This artery originates in the disc between T12 and L1 vertebrae. So this is the celiac trunk. It divides into many branches. You can see this was left gastric artery, this was splenic artery, and this is common hepatic artery. It was dividing into proper hepatic and gastroduodenal. So we have the three branches. This is left gastric artery, this one is splenic artery, this is common hepatic artery. Now this supplies the structures of the foregut. This is the superior mesenteric artery. It has to supply the midgut. This is the artery of midgut. It originates at the level of body of vertebrae L1. This was the disc between T12 and L1. It is anterior to the body at the level of the L1 vertebrae. This is called superior mesenteric artery. It gives jejunal branches, ileocolic, right colic and middle colic. This is inferior mesenteric artery. It originates at the level of L3 vertebrae. It moves towards the left side and it supplies all the structures of hind gut. So these are the three anterior branches of. Continuing, this is the inferior phrenic artery. You can see that this artery is going towards the diaphragm, going to supply the diaphragm. This is inferior phrenic artery. It gives branches to the suprarenal gland. Now we can see that the branches, they are originating from the aorta and entering the kidney. These are renal branches. Normally there is one renal artery, but in this cadaver we have a variation. We have two renal arteries on the left side, and you can see that this is the right renal artery. Renal artery, right one, it is lying behind the inferior vena cava and behind the right renal veins. This is the right renal artery. It also gives the suprarenal branches. This is the gonadal vessels. In case of males, we have the testicular artery. Testicular artery enters the deep inguinal ring, then it comes out of superficial inguinal ring, and at the upper pole of the testis, it divides into branches. In case of female, the gonadal artery is called the ovarian artery, which supplies the ovaries by passing through the suspensory and the broad ligament. The relations of the aorta, we have removed the structures, abdominal structures, abdominal organs we have removed. Anteriorly was the celiac plexus, aortic plexus. Here we have the body of pancreas. This was the specimen. This is duodenum, this is pancreas, and this is spleen. We have removed. So anteriorly what is present? This is the body of pancreas along with the splenic vein and duodenum. Posteriorly, when we lift off this, we can see the vertebrae here. We have the lumbar vertebrae and their intervertebral disc, and the vertebrae anteriorly there is a ligament that is called as anterior longitudinal ligament. This whitish structure is the anterior longitudinal ligament. To the right side we have this structure. This is inferior vena cava, and above we have right crus of diaphragm, and towards the left side we have the left crus of diaphragm, and there are the parts of duodenum.